Hi guys, I hope everybody is really doing well. Welcome to this live stream and welcome to the new week and new month of June. So before we go into on the charting based on the hard term time frame or lower term time frame or what exactly the levels we should be looking for shorts, let me tell you first thing is whatever we discussed in the last live stream we did, the plan perfectly played out. It's just that it did not hit my limits on the upper side of 27,000 727,800 bucks. Slightly missed it, but that's fine. It can still be achieved, but I don't think so now, but let's see. So before we deep dive into the lower term time frame, guys, I want to show you how I normally do charting on the hard term time frame and what exactly are we going to look on the hard term time frame. So this is basically we're just going to do charting on the hard term time frame. So this is my Bitcoin Coinbase chart. So I normally do charting on the Bybit chart because Bybit is where I normally play. And if you like to trade on Bybit, do trade, guys. Create an account, and the link is mentioned on my description. You can use that link, transfer the funds. But do remember, if you're trading on Bybit, you have to mandatorily do KYC level 1. So that's very important. It's a normal actually, not a big deal. So we will go on the CME chart first. Sorry, not CME. We go into the Bybit, and Bybit. We're here now. Before we deep dive into the daily and whatever weekly time frame, I'm just going to first check. So whatever request you have for the charting, please type it here. Once I am done with Bitcoin, Ethereum, and the alts I'm looking for, Solana pumped up nicely as I mentioned on the last stream, and once I'm done, I'm going to take your request as well. So please just keep on posting it here, and definitely I'm gonna take one after another. In between I can do as well. It's not necessarily I will do it in the last only. I'll go smoothly, and this live stream will be slightly slow, guys, compared to what you are expecting, because if you just are coming here on the stream, just want to see what exactly I am looking for, it's not going to help. You need to learn something, because I have seen a lot of people who are watching my streams since long. They have literally turned themselves into pro, and it's free, of course. You don't have to pay anything for it. Just watch this stream, learn, and definitely you will be pro one day, inshallah. So we got a very good closure on the monthly front of for the month of May. And why did I say that we got a good closure? Because we did close above 25,199, of course, this level that we have, and also we closed above 25,964, which is a big levels. Previously this was a good levels as well. So there is no bad thing on the monthly front, okay, if I have to tell you. Let me just hide the fibs and the trend line, as I'm just going to take you to. Okay, so now we're just going to probably mess with the previous months. We're just going to define the previous month, okay? So now we don't need April equilibrium, okay, because April is gone. And so let's study what exactly May did actually. So it's just the past, I know. So this was your April highs, okay, at 31,000, and this was your April lows, and this is where exactly the equilibrium is. What did April do actually? April literally did not sweep the highs, but it swept the lows, and now we are holding up quite nicely for the April lows. And I don't expect it to just probably keep on sweeping highs, no. So now it's like the range has shifted, so we are going to look for another range actually. So now I'm just going to create a new range probably. So this is our new range, and this is the range we're going to play for this month, for the month of May. Okay, so the color would be, this is not April highs but the May highs, okay. And we're going to set the April equilibrium as well. I'm just going to probably look for, yep, and the May EQ. But what about the levels on EQ, guys? the EQ level would be 27,798.5. So EQ is nothing but your 0.5 Fibonacci levels. Okay, for those who don't know it. Practically EQ is a very crucial level. It tells you that whenever the wave to retracement target hits, it normally goes 0.5. Even wave B targets can normally go to the minimum target of 0.5. So the equilibrium for those guys who play the ranges, EQ is a very good levels, because if EQ is flipped, if the price gets acceptance above EQ, you can literally have a good chance of playing from the EQ to the range highs. That gives you a good trade actually. So you miss the trade from bottom range lows to the EQ, but you won't miss the trade from EQ to range highs once it gets a good confirmation of the price acceptance above EQ. That's how normally the trader plays. So you got the May highs, you got the May equilibrium, and now we're going to target what? We're going to target May lows. Okay, and now we don't need May opens. May open is was our history. So now we're going to target the June opens. For us now, that June open is a very crucial level. So what you do is you draw the fibs, you take these fibs, you put it from the highs, and then you drag it down to the lows. You select 0.5 Fibonacci level over here, and you get it, 27,798.5. Practically, that's the fib levels you have. Okay. So now you have May highs, you have May equilibrium, and you have May lows. And just need to change the name from April to May. Okay, so this is what we have now. So the monthly levels are done. I just want to finish it in one go. So what I'm going to do is I'm also going to just change the weekly levels as well. I have chart on Binance. The Binance chart is completely, drawn and everything is done, but I just want to draw it here for you guys as to how I do charting and what are the levels I normally look. That's why I'm doing it for Bybit, but Binance chart is ready. But as you know, I'm normally do charting on Bybit, but all the scenarios, probable scenarios that I'm going to discuss over here on the stream, and it's going to be very helpful for you guys for on the stream. So the scenarios are very important, guys. What is coming for Bitcoin going forward, guys? Okay, do not miss it. So we have the previous week highs. So now we have a range. So now, right now we are in the quarter. Which quarter are we in? We are in the quarter 2. Okay, April, May, June, January, February, March is your first quarter. April, May, June, and this quarter is also a biggest quarter, which also implies that the June closing, the June month close is going to be very, very crucial, guys. Very important, because it's not only the month closing, it's quarter 2 closing, it's half yearly closing. A lot of lot of analysis is needed, lot of things needs to be looked when you are literally going to chart the June closing. So I'm not going to do it over here on this live stream. I'm going to do it when we are literally half past June. So that's when I'm going to tell you what exactly are the levels we want to see as a trader, as an investor, for the June closing. What are the levels? So June is a very important month. It's a half yearly closing. It's a quarter 2 closing, because next quarter is going to be your another important quarter, which is going to be your earning seasons. So the next quarter ending earning season, not only in US but almost across India, Germany, Russia, China, all these countries, the earning season starts from the next quarter going into the next quarter. So this quarter is half yearly, is very, very important, guys. So now we talk about the previous week highs. Now we need to settle a little bit of previous week lows. The previous week lows is here. Just forget the red line. The red line is very important. I'm not going to discuss what is the red line at the moment, but we'll let you know. 27,464.9. 27,464.9. Okay, and we need to have a weekly opens. So the weekly open is going to be here. 27105.5. Okay, that's our weekly opens. So now let's go to the monthly chart. So weekly levels are set, and monthly is set as well. Let me just open exo chart. Just give me 2 minutes, guys. I want to see where exactly the daily naked POC for monthly is at right now. We have one daily monthly naked POC around 23,790. I want to update any other daily and POC we have just in case. So the naked POC load. So if you don't know what exactly I'm doing, this is the Excel chart. Okay, so I'm just going to choose or select here Bitcoin USDT. Okay, D tick 10. That's what you need to remember. D tick 10, perfect. So this is the daily chart on the Bitcoin. I'm just going to slightly, you know, a little bit zoom out so that we can get as much as naked POC we can have on the screen. Let the chart load. Come on, load it first, man. It's taking a lot of time. So we have one daily naked POC on the downside around 26,000 approx 2 to 1. Interesting, 26.2 to 1 to 26.2 to 5 approx. What I'm gonna do is I'm just going to add 1 at 26.2 to 1. What are the levels do we have there, guys? We have almost no levels, but we have a good support at 26,000 and 25,800 is a May lows. Practically can form a nice range, you know. Practically, if you really want to see some more choppiness, that's how the price should do. It sweep up the down, flip the range up, go to the May equilibrium towards 27,800 bucks, reject, and this is how the new range forms, and we literally go on the downside. But that's how the range normally plays out. Let me just see what exactly. So we have 26,002 to 1, that's fine. And what are the upper range or upper and naked POC do we have on this thing? Yeah, the one naked POC that we have is around the levels of 28,900. That was a good levels for shorts. We wanted to short this levels if you remember, but we missed it literally because it bounced literally till 28,500 and missed it like by 400 bucks. But that's fine. In fact, we did shorted this stop on the World Wealth group as well, if you remember it. This one, do you have this page? Fine. I'm just going to change this daily to monthly. We want to see the monthly. I'm more interested in monthly. Whoa, we have very good, interesting naked POC around 30,000 approx a 180. At some point it will fill. The price needs to be. So practically a lot of exit orders are there at 30,180. A lot of. And we have a big naked POC on the downside is around 17,778. So on the upside there was one more because I have charted it actually. What is this? This is at 23,790. So where is that naked POC now? That is filled or what? No, how can it be filled? Because we have not yet tested it. On Bybit it's not showing, but it was there, I think. So practically on the upside, there is not on the monthly time frame. We don't have naked POC on the downside. I mean the immediate downside move, but on the upside, yes, we have it till 30,180, 30,000 something. So I'm not going to much do analysis on those front. What do we have on the weekly? Weekly, I have something on the chart was. Hold on. What is happening with the mouse? Yeah, weekly we have 24,720, 24,000, almost 800. Yeah, per plus minus 50, 60 bucks, that's fine. I'm just going to change it. Fine. So nothing much to add on this chart. I just need to confirm this naked POC. I'm just going to slightly move this to 800, 24,800 plus minus 30, 40 bucks. So the monthly levels are marked here, and even the weekly levels are marked. So monthly, as I mentioned, we are having a range formation on the monthly. So what exactly in the ideal world you want to see is, I want to see a clean sweep of this, make a very interesting retest of 25,000 buck, which is a very important levels. Go to the weekly daily POC around 24,800, reclaim these levels. Once the level is reclaimed, you can long it, and we will definitely going to long it. The first take profit targets of 27,800. And in case if you do flip the equilibrium, the May equilibrium, you re-long these levels, and we're going to literally sweep the highs of the May high. So that can be a big just wave 1 like this, or maybe wave A. This can be wave B in case, and then we're going to have a big wave C on the downside, something like this towards $22,000. So this is how if we are very bullish, guys, if the bottom is in for Bitcoin, this is exactly how the price should move. So we need to almost go to the May highs, or maybe retest of the May highs, and go there and go close to those levels A, B, and if you really want me to draw the fibs of May highs from weekly plus daily and POC levels, it would be coming close to 0.886 Fibonacci levels. Just look at it, just watch it. So see, if I just want to draw from here to the weekly, daily, and POC, it would literally come around the levels of 886, or very close to those levels. Come on. Yeah. Or 886 or 786. Yeah, it's almost like 786, not 886. But it makes sense. I mean, wave B can go to 786 as well. So ideal scenario, if we are very bullish, the bottom for the Bitcoin is in, then this is how I would like to see the June to do. Go back here, reclaim it, and once it reclaims, the long will be triggered. We're going to long here with the stops under 25,100, or we can literally go and snipe catch this long of 24,800 bucks and reclaim it. We go to the May equilibrium. This is going to be our first take profit targets, where people are going to short it again and dump it towards the previous week lows of 24,600 bucks. Very interesting range that we have here, and the support. We're going to re-long over here again, and it bounces from back up towards 29,750. Everybody is going to be very bullish, giving you the targets of 40,000, 42,000, blah blah shit, and out of nowhere we literally start going in down, and this time it's going to be 5 waves, big 5 waves. It's going to crush it towards 23,000 bucks, and that's going to be very bad for the overall market. Thus this is the first bear case scenario, or the midterm bear case scenario, but overall it's bullish. This scenario tells you that the bottom for Bitcoin is in. Okay, now let's say the bottom for the Bitcoin is not in, and the Bitcoin bottom is not in, so which also indicates that the move up is 5 waves. Then what does it mean? Then it would mean that Bitcoin is most likely going to see something like this. It's just going to dump like this, and it's going to go and retest the equilibrium, but it's not going to pump it towards the May highs. It just keeps on dumping like this and sweep the lows, pump it back up, form something like this, and then further dump like this to the new lows. That's how the Bitcoin most likely going to do. So if but in any of the scenario, we're going to most likely retest the May equilibrium once the May range low is swept and reclaimed. Once the range low is reclaimed, we're going to long it. The first target is the equilibrium, May equilibrium, which would be somewhere around what levels, guys? The level for May equilibrium is around 27,800 bucks. That would be our target. We are looking to long of 25,764 once it reclaims that levels after sweeping the lows of May. That would be a very interesting swing. That swing would be somewhere around 9 to 10%. Just look at this value of the swing, almost close to 8%, not 9 to 10, but 8%. That 8% swing is nice. We most likely going to play this swing if we do happen to get it. So you have good evening, Illusion, and good evening, everyone. You literally have two options, bullish and bearish case. Bull case, as I mentioned, if the bottom is in for the Bitcoin, guys, the bottom, how Bitcoin is going to play, the Bitcoin is most likely going to test the Q1 2023 POC around 22,907. That makes more sense to me actually. So it sweeps the May lows, reclaim the equilibrium, a slight pullback, and pump it back to the May highs, giving a very good B wave 786 Fibonacci level retest. And in 5 waves, it starts a dumping back down. So that is going to give us a very interesting wave A, B, and then you get like wave C to the 2022, not 2022 POC, but Q1 2023 POC. It can even go to 2022 POC for an extended wave 2, but that's fine. For me, the first target for the wave 2 would be Q1 2023 POC. That is exactly where I would like to eye if you're bullish. And then from there, we can literally go for shoot it up towards 40 to 44,000. So practically, this is the most bullish case that we have. And I don't have any other bullish case. If you're literally expecting the price to dump towards 18,000 and then pump it to pump it back up towards the new highs, no, that's not going to happen, because that would also confirm my biasness for Bitcoin that, you know, the move down was simply 1, 2, 3. That's a C wave and a 5 wave impulsive move as a diagonal or expanding diagonal, as you can say. And the ABC move is done, and then we are looking for 1, 2, 3 like this. That's the most bearish case that I have, and going to be like a double bottom, and also going to be like a very interesting week of accumulation pattern for the Bitcoin. So here, that's the reason, you know, I just only have two scenario for Bitcoin: bear case and bull case. That's what I've explained in the horizon time frame. What are the important levels for the month of June, guys? The most important levels for the month of June is 24,800 first. Very important levels, 24,800, very important, 27,800, another important levels. And once the 24,800 has flipped into resistance, we'll lose these levels. Then, khalas, we're going to straight away go towards 22,900. Can even straight away dump to 19,800 bucks. But we go play levels on levels. So 24,800 is for sure, in my view, is going to be the good bounce for longs. Your stop loss or invalidation would be under 24,300 bucks. That's where your stop loss should be. Your take profit targets would be May equilibrium 27,800. That's what I see on the horizon time frame. Now, if you remember few months back or weeks back, what did I mention on the Twitter as well, on the Walsh Wealth group? This is the bearish engulfing candle, and the bearish engulfing candle, normally what it does is it literally retraces 786 Fibonacci level of the previous candle, and once it retraces, gives you a good shorting opportunity, and it just keeps on dumping like this, and that's exactly what it did. So we do have a bearish engulfing candle playing out right at the moment. I don't see any bullish candle forming on the weekly or on the monthly. No, there is no bullish candle so far forming. And if you even look at from the perspective of the RSI, you know, is still under MA14, which is slightly bearish, and we are yet to form any significant bullish divergence. The bullish divergence on the RSI is going to form once we start going to touch 50% levels. Once the RSI touches 50% levels, it's a big levels that can give us a nice bounce, meaning that we expect the price to dump towards 24,800. RSI goes to 50% levels. RSI makes bullish divergence on the Bitcoin on the weekly levels. We hold those levels, and khalas, we bounce. So what it does is, you know, something like this, a very good dream scenario. So it dumps like this, a fake breakdown, and Bitcoin goes to 24,800. Forms a very interesting bullish divergence over here on the Bitcoin from these levels. Okay, a very interesting bullish divergence. And RSI pumps it back up like this, okay, like this. RSI pumps, and the price also pumps, but the price don't go back above 27,800. It gets a strong resistance and form a very strong, very strong bear divergence over here on the RSI, and we get a bear divergence and then further dump. Like this is the bear case scenario that we have. The bull case, we break May equilibrium and blue blast and go to the May highs, and in doing so, going to the May highs, we don't get any bear divergence, but we literally get the pullback, and that pullback will be towards the Q1 2023 POC around $23,000, and that would be a good levels to buy, like a buy the dip season, and we go up to the moon. But for now, on the for few days or few weeks, this is how you should play. Once the weekly RSI touches 50% and forms a very interesting bull divergence, I think that's going to be something where I'm looking for, play on Bitcoin for a swings. Let's talk about Bitcoin on the 1 hour chart now. So we have already seen the weekly and monthly. So the plan remains the same. There is no change in the plan. Okay, 1 second. Yep. So the plan remains the same. Now what you can see that we have a channel. The channel you can see on the Coinbase. We have a good channel. We have rejected from the channel, and the most important thing here is we are at the support now. What did we mean by support? This was a resistance. This was a support bounce and new highs, and a support tested. Support tested many times, and now we are again testing it. It can just literally dump like this, flip back this support as resistance, and then further dump towards 24,800 as we have the levels. I'm not expecting it to just probably go and test the range like this, but 24,800 makes more sense to me at the one go. Also, this would mean that we might be this might be a very interesting head and shoulder kind of a pattern formed already on the Bitcoin. So something we need to be looking for the levels. So right now we are at a very crucial key SR, guys. Ideally, this is the levels where you don't look for shorts. You don't look for shorts. You only short here when this level is lost. Till then, if you're shorting, you means you are shorting a biggest support. You short when the support is lost. These are the levels where you look for longs, even if it's for a scalp for like a $500 to $600 move. This is the levels where you're gonna get the bounce, because bulls are literally going to try the best. They're going to give the best. Okay, don't die. We want it to push up. We want the bear to die, and this is exactly where the fighting happens. And exactly in the past, the fighting have happened. If you remember, for the scalp, we literally sniped Bitcoin at 26,508 and took profits around $27,000. So practically this is exactly what I'm saying, that these are the levels you're not going to short it. These are the levels you look for longs, because if you're literally shorting here, you're going to literally get wrecked. You want to short when this level is lost. Okay, remember. Going back to the Bybit chart, on the 1 hour, we have two options, guys, on the 1 hour. Many people might be looking this move as a WXY move. I don't know why, but I'm not seeing this as a WXY move in my view. What I'm watching, what I can say one thing is this move is a clean A, B, and C. So practically your top is in. The A, B, C move is done. So I don't expect Bitcoin to pump about 28,500. No, that's gone. The case is done. Now you have 5 waves on the downside. This is the new cycle, the new move that we are literally watching. This is the 5 waves, and or maybe the 5th wave is not in it yet. So what it might do is, because the move on the downside is 5 waves, so what it might does is, let's say this is A, the move is like a wave B here. One more push up to the May equilibrium, 27,800. I still have the short, guys. I'm not cancel it for the I'm just going to keep it because this possibility is still open. And after that, we start dumping like this, something like this. So this is the first scenario that we have on the bear case. Another scenario that we have is, that the top is in. So practically the move is here, A, B, and C, 5 waves. Wave 1, a retest of the weekly open around 27,100. Short it, you short, and we sweep it, and we go straight to something like this. So that's the bear case scenario that we have here, ladies and gentlemen. So on the lower term time frame, you have two scenarios. Either we push it up towards 27,800, or we literally dump from the 27,100 levels. I think I'm going to take some scalps on short at 27,100 with stops about 27,250 with take profit on the previous week lows of 26,500. It's going to give me a very interesting 6 to 7 hour setup, even if I'm risking just $100 on risk on this challenge, the challenge I'm doing on the Walsh Wealth group, guys. If you don't know about Walsh Wealth group, it's a wonderful community. Do join us. And I think this is how I'm going to play, guys. I'm definitely going to take the shorts. It can literally be a good short. If we start, closing at a previous week lows, can give us good returns in my view. So you have this plan for Bitcoin, USDT dominance, guys. It's holding up very nicely. And what I think for the USDT dominance is the USDT dominance can do something like this, probably just one more pump up like this, something like this. Because you look at the structure it has, this is the clean wave 1 or maybe A, B, and I don't see C actually, that's the problem. So this is 1, I'm considering this is another 1, A, B, C, the bottom might be in 1, 2, 1, 2, and it can be very bullish actually, very bullish. Bullish in the sense it's just going to go to the new highs if this is 1, 2, 1, 2. But let's say if this is not 1, 2, 1, 2 and this was A, B, and this is C actually. Let's assume that this is C. And this would mean that this is some sort of a wave 1, A, B, C, wave 2. And then you're going to see something like this. And hence, I think the long at 24,800 to 24,100 makes more sense in my view. Even if it's for a scalp actually. You let it ride till USD dominance holds 7.27%. Once the USD dominance lose 7.27%, you just let the long ride. You don't do anything. You don't take profit. So USD dominance, we have two plans over here. One is 1212, which is very bullish. This was the bearish case. ETH. So here, despite of the fact that I just want to reiterate the theory for ETH. I think in the last live stream also I mentioned, there are two possible scenarios for ETH. This is not my favorable one. This is what I discussed in the last, the last stream that I mentioned. This was the bullish case. The bear case is the move on the downside was perfectly ABC, and we have already got the ABC move. Okay, the top is in, and we are already in the big downside move for like Ethereum. If this is the case, if Ethereum is bearish, so I don't expect Bitcoin to hold the levels of 15,000 and Ethereum to down to 400. No, that's not going to happen. Yeah, that plan perfectly played out, my friend. And sure. And this ETH, I mean, it does not give me the bullish vibes actually, if you ask me. But at least what I know is we're going to get a good bounce from 1280 to $1,300 levels. And that bounce can even go till $2,600, and that would still be bearish. But this bear flag don't give me, a good vibes on the overall market. So honestly, if you tell me that Bitcoin is bullish, just look at ETH and tell me if ETH is bullish. This bear flag don't tells me that ETH is bullish. If ETH wants to be bullish, it needs to invalidate this bear flag. And how can it do it? So it can literally reclaim the levels of $2,600. And just imagine, as an investor, if you get an opportunity to buy, Bitcoin around $15,000, you got an opportunity to buy Bitcoin around 15,000. So that $15,000 on the Bitcoin, and if you expect the next cycle for Bitcoin to go to 761 at Fibonacci level, roughly around $500,000. That $500,000 on Bitcoin, meaning that you're literally going to make 30x on the Bitcoin. Now, 30x meaning 500,000 on the Bitcoin with 21 million supply, going to give you almost close to 10 trillion of market cap. Now, if I say that the Bitcoin dominance, let me just show you something very interesting. BTC dominance, okay? This. If I say that we are accumulating here, and I'm still expecting this is a very interesting accumulation, a week of accumulation, as you can see. Once we start reclaiming this, we're literally going to go to this level 63%. And if not, we start rejecting here, we go down like this, fine, not a problem. But let's say even if Bitcoin goes to 10 trillion market cap with BTC dominance stays at 50% or maybe even 60%, meaning that Ethereum and the overall alts market cap would be somewhere around $4 trillion. Now let's say Ethereum is majority, so I'm expecting the Ethereum market cap would be somewhere around $3 trillion. Even if you say that Ethereum market cap is $3 trillion, okay, expected to be, which I don't think so, it's going to do something like that, but just in case, just do some math, which means that Ethereum from the current level of 224 billion, it's going to do $3 trillion, okay, gives you how much? Less than 20x gains. Less than 20x. So in ideal scenario, what you want as an investor, you want Ethereum to dump much lower, around $400, and that $400 to, you know, more than $20,000 ETH gives you a good return. The risk reward would be nice over there for an investor in the very risky environment of crypto. I would not be happy or would be too excited to buy Ethereum around $800, $900. However, I would be very happy and excited to buy Bitcoin around $15,000, hold it even if it dumps to $10,000, transfer my Bitcoin to coin margin contracts and start building slowly and gradually Bitcoin long position for my next, Bitcoin, next Bitcoin pump bull run. So for ETH, if you remember, what I mentioned is 786 is where I'm looking for shorts. It perfectly tested the 786, and now we are getting the 5-wave move, guys. I think the previous week highs, this previous week high, ignore the previous week lows, ignore, because the numbers are not updated. But I think this level is a very good levels from the perspective of the support that we have, these levels. I would like to see the 5 waves. So practically this is 1, 2, the volume speaks for itself, 3, 4, and we are in the 5 wave. So 5th wave is done, or we can have one more wave down. But I think we most likely going to have a retest of $1885 to $1890 from here, maybe to even $1895, but I think $1890 to $1895 would makes more sense, and from there we can go more down, more down. This is what the plan for the ETH is, guys. Something you should keep in mind. Solana, a very nice move. I'm expecting the move towards $24. The 5 waves most likely might be in, actually, because you got a very interesting sharp move on the upside. I'm not in the Solana at the moment. I've booked my profits over the weekend, but as you can see, the minimum target for this would be somewhere around 23 to 23.4. So where is the next levels where I'm looking for longs on the Solana? I am eyeing to long on the Solana somewhere on the sweep of 20.9. Somewhere around 20.9 to 20.8 is a very interesting levels for Sol. It's something like this, a pump up. It can do something like this as well. This can be a very interesting, very interesting expanding diagonal. So practically it goes up like this, and then khalas, dump. A big triangle formation completes. So I think I'm going to looking for relong on Sol around 20.8 to 20.9. Let's talk about Total 3, guys. I remember, what did I mention on the Total 3 on the live stream? Total 2 is yet to test 2018 support. Instead, Total 3 have lost 2017 all-time highs again and again and again, which is a really worrying, worry thing to me, actually. Holy shit, Binance shoot by SEC, Binance shoot. It's not a problem. SEC, they're just going to probably charge maybe $25-30 million. They're going to pay $25-30 or maybe even $50 million. They need just money, and that's how the market is going to react in maybe next few days. You're going to You're going to see some news that Binance literally paid 25 to 30 million penalty for something, and now they are not sued. So practically, Total 3 is a really a worry to me. I'm expecting Total to sweep these lows around 320 billion, go towards 315 billion, and then from there we'll be looking for some nice interesting move. So 320 to 315 is what I'm eyeing. I think I mentioned this over the last stream as well. Total, guys, Total, I still have the same plan for the Total. I think we're going to have that one more move down on the Total, guys. As you see, this is the chart that I had on the Total. I think we're going to get a good bounce. You don't need any trades, guys. You are literally, everybody is so good over here on this stream. 142 people is there. They are so good. You just want levels. You remember, $1 trillion is a very big psychological level for a crypto market cap. 1 trillion to 980 billion dollars. You start buying things at $1 trillion, and 980 billion is where once it lost, you start exiting it. Lost on the daily and weekly till it don't close daily under 980, it's good, or weekly under 980, it's good. So 1 trillion is where you buy, and you literally sell it at the big resistance you have around $1.2 trillion. That's very simple. You make 20%. Yeah, I'm happy, you are happy, we all are happy, we make money, and woof. This is how you should play. Actually, it's very simple. So Total, we have this now. Sol, I've already checked a few charts. I'm going to look over here is INJ. I think I charted it a few days back. I'm not sure what exactly, and it has played out. The triangle structure was what I was anticipating, but it did not play it well. So what do we have now? We just have to look at fresh. Cool. Yeah, but still have a resistance at 7.65. But if you look at INJ from the daily perspective, it tells me that it has formed some sort of a very interesting, you can say from here, a very interesting ABC 1 2 3 4 5. This is, if this is what INJ is 1 2 3 4 5, it has did, then it's very bullish, guys. You should definitely buying INJ on the next dip. The minimum levels is 6.89 to 6.58. So this is how I would like to see INJ doing. It goes up like this, retest 7.65, 7.7, dump it back to the golden pocket zone. We buy it here, big support, and it's just going to rebound and go up like this. I would like to buy around 6.58 for shorts. Let it just dump and sweep up under 7.19. Once it goes under 7.19, it's going to give you a retest of 7.66 to 7.67. You short it there, ride it till 6.58, long it with a tight stop loss under 6.3, and then you can ride it till 9.5. That's what I have for INJ, ladies and gentlemen. Binance huge, good. XRP fans, I have a short that XRP is still at 56.5. I mentioned over the last live stream. What did I mention? If it gives a retest of 49.3, long it, because I'm expecting one more push up. It did not, fortunately gave it the 49.3. It bounced from 50 cents. But still it was good. What I just don't like about this move is this seems to be some sort of a 1 2 3 the 3-wave move, which I don't think XRP is topped out in my view. I think this can be the wave 3 actually, and might do some move choppiness like this. It can do straight up go to 49.3 if Bitcoin does some very interesting dump. But I still think that we can go towards 56 cents. I'm just going to keep on. I don't have a low term time frame count honestly, so I'm just going to keep on eyeing 56 cents for XRP, ladies and gentlemen. You know, many people ask me about Woo. It's a good project. The team is still alive. It's not dead yet, and I'm having a good level of bag, but it's a long-term bag, and I'm just going to sell my bag in the next bull run. So this was the plan. I think I discussed over the live stream few months back, probably when we were literally here at 35 cents. and I think this was a good short. If somebody took it, heads off to you at 25 cents. But I think right now what I'm seeing Wu is eyeing more towards 17.5 cents, and that's what the minimum level of targets for the Wu is. Till we are under 25 cents, I'm eyeing 17.5. Once the 25 cents level is flipped, you can pretty much eye 29 to 30 cents on the Wu. Okay, so that's all. RSR, I already have the chart on the RSR. It has swept the lows. What the fuck is this chart? Is OP. OP is what nicely playing out the way I mentioned. I don't have RSR or what? RSR. Perfect. RSR, you know, why the chart is not there? I think it's on Binance. Or what? Probably it is there on the Binance. Yeah, they have this chart on the Binance. So the price range is a hypothetical price range that we have. I'm just going to keep the fibs. I'm not going to touch those fibs. This one surely I'm going to touch it. We have swept the lows. RSR has swept the lows one more time, guys, which is a very interesting thing. You know, of course, it's not that bullish at the moment. It's really bearish, and I'm holding my RSR back. Now I'm an investor, a holder, as you were going to say. But you know, this is the levels. Even if we sweep the lows, we go up. Once it reclaims it, it's going to be the big reclaim, and I'm expecting RSR to literally sweep up the highs. Practically, I'm looking for a small range. You have this range highs, you have the range lows. So any sweep up the lows, you hold your you accumulate here slowly and gradually on the RSR. You can accumulate even if it gives you 0.002 levels. It's a good levels to buy RSR if you have spare money. I'm going to buy there for sure to bring down my average. But this is what I'm expecting. Even if you have bought at the levels I mentioned at 0.0037, I think I bought a good bag on the RSR around 0.003. So I was expecting these levels to hold, but it just dumped. The 0.886 Fibonacci, it did not hold at those levels if you remember. So I'm just going to hold it because I know that RSR is going to give us a good pump. The structure is really good. Just look at the structure Zilliqa had. You know, it went on. Look at the volume. The volume is simply going down and down and down. It's just losing all the interest it had. It's going into some bigger accumulation. You know, look at the Zilliqa. A similar kind of a move also happened with the Zilliqa a few months back. Actually, what happened with the Zilliqa was it just keeps on making lower lows, lower lows, and lower lows. Once you know it's something like this happened. Right now, you know, RSR was here. It gave a nice bounce. We tried to long it here, but it just did something like this, and now it's going to give you a very good capitulation. Once it happens, I would like to see some accumulation. And look at the volume here. The volume on the Zilliqa after the top, it just vanished. Goes down and down and down, and on one single day it just pops up and give a big massive pump. This kind of a move even RSR can give us, you know, and it will give one day. It's just a matter of, you know, if when, not if. So I'm just going to buy RSR on that capitulation that I'm waiting for. I'm going to buy more RSR. I'm holding a bag, guys, for 2% of my spot bags in an RSR, honestly, and I'm literally down 25% at the moment, so which is not good, but yeah, it happens in trading. But I'm just holding it right now. I'm holding it. I want to see capitulation candle. Once it capitulates towards 0.002, I will be a big buyer. I'm just going to double or triple my bag on the RSR. That's all, guys. And what is yeah, we are right now literally at the support. Once the Bitcoin loses the levels of 26.5 and probably the 5-wave move that we are watching, once it goes down, we can reshort this you know, support that was once support. We can reshort it, and then we can just let it dump, you know, as we mentioned over the this chart. Any retest of the weekly opens, we are shorting it. This is the bear case. The bull case is we reclaim weekly open, we go towards the main equilibrium one more time, 27,800. But that will be very simple, you know, in my view. So as we have went very close, I think we're going to sweep the lows, and then we're going to retest the weekly open, and we're going to short the weekly open again. I'm going to move my limits from 27,800 to $27,100 with the targets of 24,800. Easy peasy, guys. That's how you should play. That's all, guys. Thank you so much for joining the live stream. Thank you to 170 people who have joined, and have a good day. I'm going to be active on Walshwealth, and we're just going to try to get some scalps. So thank you, guys. And if you like to support, do trade on Bybit. The link is mentioned in the description. Thanks a lot. Have a nice day. Bye bye.